right, so we're going to go ahead and get started on our homework, which is Go Math page. Whoops, there we go. I was trying to get it to angle here a little bit better. Go Math page 101, and I asked you to do evens, so I'm going to start, I'm going to start with number 2. I'm not going to do all of them with you, but I did ask you to do 2 through 10 evens, so let's go ahead and start on number 2. So we know strategies based on place value tells me that a digit in one place is either going to be 10 times more or 10 times less than a digit in the opposite place. And the reason is because when we think about place 10, girl, I'm jealous that I can't get my nails done. They're looking jacked up, and look at that. I got a boo-boo. Anyways, strategies based on tens, and we know that because we regroup. So let's just go ahead and get started here. When I'm getting started here, hopefully I recognize that can you hear me, Ava? It says I'm muted. I just don't know how to unmute it, actually. I don't. Okay, whatever. All right, so let's just go ahead and get started. So basically, this is telling me multiply the number 10 and however many times is denoted by your exponent. So multiply the number 10 0 times. I see what's wrong with my phone. The tripod was holding the volume button. Anyways, so if I'm multiplying the number 10 0 times, it means I'm moving over 10 place values. In other words, I'm multiplying this basically by 10 0 times. I'm not moving over any place values. It's not becoming 10 times greater or 10 times less. So your answer will stay the same. So it's still going to equal 179. So again, here this is telling you to divide. Divide by 10, and this is the same thing as saying multiplying the number 10 one time. So if we multiply 10 one time, it would be 10. So I'm moving over one place value. So I need to decide, is my number going to get bigger or smaller? And hopefully you recognize, hey girl, hey, bye Ava, enjoy your nails. Hopefully you recognize that since it's time to divide and I'm dividing by a number greater than 1, my answer is going to become smaller. I'm cutting it into 10 or sharing it by 10 friends. So if I want it to get smaller, it means I need to move it to the left or right. And I'm going to move it to the left to make it smaller, and how many times? One time. So now what happens is, and I want to see you guys doing this on your paper. I want to see you guys placing the decimal and then doing that hot, because that's the best way to make sure you got it correct. So I've got here 17 and 9/10. Same thing here. This is the same thing as saying multiply the number 10 2 times. 10 times 10, you're doing 2 place values. So if I'm dividing by a number greater than 1, my answer is becoming less. So on 179, your decimal on a whole number is at the end, and then you're going to move it over 2 place values. And now you see that it's between the 1 and 7. So between the 1 and 7, you get this beautiful number here, which is the same thing as saying 1 and 79 hundredths. T-H-T. Tenths, hundreds, thousands. And I gave you that hint that T plus H gives you the TH so that you remember tenths and thousands. And then again here, this is the same thing as saying multiplying the number 10 4 times. So 179 divided by 3, place your decimal, move your decimal over 3 times. I'm going to give you a minute. I want you to try that because obviously you're going to be taking the test, not me. Thank goodness. So you move it over 1, 2, 3 times. Now I've got it here. So I'd have 0. The decimal, there's a 1 right after the decimal. I don't know why I did that. 179. I'm going to do one more of these with you. I'll do the word problem as well, but I'm going to do number 4 with you. I'm going to have you try 6 and 8. You should be fine with those, but let's do 4. So 4 is the exact same thing. This is just the same thing. I'm going to kind of represent it as an exponent as well. So if I'm dividing by 1, that means I'm moving over 10 to the power of 0. I'm not moving over any place values because when I divide by 1, my answer's going to stay the same. Beautiful. So dividing by 10 means I'm moving over how many place values? Right, 1, 0, 1 place value. That's the same thing as saying 10 to the power of 1. So place your decimal at the end of your whole number. Now you have 12 and 4/10. Same thing here. I know that 10 times 10 is 100. Move it over 2 times, 10 to the power of 2, 124 divided by 10 to the power of 2. Again, place your decimal, move it over once, twice. Now where's your decimal? Right, it's between the 1 and the 2, so I'm going to place it here. I'm going to put it right there between the 1 and the 2, and if I wanted to read this number in number names, I would have 1 and 24 hundredths. Again, same thing here. You have 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times. You've moved over 3 place values, so 10 to the power of 3, 3 zeros, 3 place values. 124, place your decimal, move it over 3 place values. And now you should have, and again, if I wanted to read that in number names, I don't need to read this part. I can just read the chunk after the decimal. 124, THT, tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Hey girl, hey, I saw you subscribe today. Shout out to you. So now you're gonna try 6 and 8 on your own. I'm not gonna do those with you. It's the exact same concept. This denotes for you how many times to move over that decimal, and you know on a whole number that the decimal always starts at the end. 23 whole is the same thing as 23 and nothing. So then again, this tells you how many times to move that decimal over. Make sure you're showing those hops just like we did here. That helps you. Again, you're going to do 6 and 8. I will go to 10 for you because it's a word problem. We didn't get to a word problem today. So it says the local cafe uses 510 cups of mixed vegetables to make 1,000 quarts of beef barley. Each quart of soup contains the same amount of vegetables. How many cups of vegetables are in each quart of soup? All right, I gotta really think about this, because to me this makes me think about conversions. The local cafe uses 510 cups of mixed vegetables to make 1,000 quarts of beef barley. Oh, there's no conversions. Each quart of soup contains the same amount of vegetables. So basically what you're doing is you're taking 510 cups of mixed vegetables and you are dividing it here, each quart. So you're taking the 510 cups of vegetables and you're dividing it into 1,000 quarts of the beef barley soup. So same thing as saying 510 divided by 1,000. 510 cups of mixed vegetables is split into 1,000 quarts of beef barley soup. So I want to figure out how many cups are in each. So again, when I'm dividing by 1,000, I want to think, you are so faster than me. I want to think how many times am I going to move that decimal. That's 3 place values. So at the end, a whole number, it's 1, 2, 3. So many of you will get this. 510 thousandths, THT, tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Some of you will remember to do this. But what we want to do to be ready for our test is we also need to recognize there's one more thing that I can do with this number. And that is that I would not read this as 510 thousandths, but rather I would drop the 0 at the end and I would have 51 hundredths. So that is it for tonight. If you're tuning in late, make sure that you go back and watch from the beginning. I did 2, 4, and 10. You need to also do 6 and 8. So 2, 4, 6, 8. I'm sure you would like, you know what, Anna, don't say ouch, because you're fabulous. And you're like, this is your unit, my friend. Like, yeah, you own this unit. You're going to do great on the test. So if you're looking for a mystery word, you could turn in the word. I feel like Anna is a great word. You could turn in the word Anna on a piece of paper with your name, and I will draw a name for a prize. Again, there's a mystery word, which I just gave to you. And everybody else, have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow for morning math. Bye, guys.